To change the duty status, you go to Activity, Hours of Service, Duty Status Logs, and then where it says Options here, you can select the time frame that you're interested in. I'm going to say this month, and then you can select the driver that you're interested in helping out. So I'm just going to use driver 1 as an example. Apply changes, and as you can see here from the graph, this driver has been on duty all of today, all of yesterday, and basically you just scroll down until you find out when the problem started. So over here you can see that Wednesday, March 25th, when they worked, they stayed on duty instead of logging out. So this is showing you the graph, but in order for you to fix it, you have to hit this button where it says View Logs here, and then it's actually going to show you step by step what they did that day. So they logged in at this time, they drove, they put some fuel in the truck here, and in order to make that notation, what they did is they hit this button that says On Duty, and down here where it says Annotation, they can go ahead and type in whatever it is they need to type. So whether it was fuel, or if they had a DOT inspection, or if their truck broke down, you can make whatever notation necessary there, and then you hit save, and it'll uh, put that remark on your log there. So anyhow, we can see that this person stayed on duty, and as you can see, 10 hours and 42 minutes. So obviously that was a mistake. So again, we're just going to tap on this button that says on duty here, or on, and you can see there's a pencil mark next to it. You can edit that. So we're going to click on it. It's going to bring you to this hours of service log edit, and then right here where it says status, you're going to just change the duty status from on to off. And then here you have to put in some sort of notation. So you can put in, forgot uh, to log uh, to log out, or something like that. Forgot to log out, forgot to change duty status, either one, and you can hit save. It's gonna say just, hey, are you sure you want to make that edit? And you select OK. Now that's going to highlight that in yellow, so when they log in, they're just going to have to accept the change. So let me show you what that looks like. See here, so the driver's going to log in. Give it a minute to load here. All right, and would you like to use your current location? Okay. So then the driver's going to log into Geotab like they normally would. The username and password here. They're going to go ahead and select the vehicle. All right. No trailers attached. It's a box truck. Continue. And then right here is going to let them know you must accept or reject logs that have been changed by an administrator before verifying outstanding days or making modifications yourself. And they can go ahead and accept and verify, agree, and then that'll let them go ahead and do the rest of the process. And I'm just going to skip that for right now. Another thing is they can do this from the app themselves. So let's say that they log into the app and they see that they don't have any hours. They can go right here to the logs, and let's say, for example, that they went in there yesterday or a couple days ago, whenever the last day was that they worked. So right here on the Wednesday the 25th, I'm gonna scroll down here, and let's say that I actually had forgotten to log out. So I was on duty, and so let's say that that last day that I worked, I forgot to log out. I, sign back in a few days later, and I notice I don't have any hours. If I go in as the driver myself and go to where it says logs, I can actually use these arrows here, left and right, to go back to the day that I worked where I left myself on duty. So I can go back, and every day it'll show you that graph, so they can kind of just see, okay, that day I was on duty the whole day, and eventually they'll get back to wherever it was that there was a mistake. And then, just like we did on the administrative side, they can click this on duty button here. There's the pencil mark, which lets you know that you can actually edit this log, and they can change it to off duty themselves, and they still need to put in a notation. So once they start typing it in, it'll give them some options. So forgot to log out, forgot to change duty status, and I'm going to select forgot to log out, hit save. Now, when they do it from the app themselves, because they're just making an edit to their own log, there's no secondary step that's needed. They basically can change their log with the exception of their drive time without any repercussions or anything like that. They're allowed to do that. It's perfectly legal, and DOT understands that that's going to happen, that mistakes are going to happen. So, basically everything except the drive time is not, you can't edit that. But, on duty, they know that's going to happen where people are going to forget to log out, and that's pretty much it. So they can do it from the app themselves, or you can, do it from the administrative side itself. So over here, once I refresh this, you're going to see on the admin side, it's going to change it. So if, as you can see, you know, back on the 25th, it went from keeping him on duty to putting it off duty. And as you can tell right here, it's in yellow. It just means it's been edited, you know. So that's what that means. And then once I verify, once the driver comes in here and verifies this, so verify, all right, and then he can verify all days, or he can just verify that there. So we can go back to the administrative site and refresh this. And then you can see it's been verified now. So we refresh the screen here on the admin side, and then you can see the changes that have occurred. And so that's pretty much how you do it. There, you can make the edits from the administrative website, and then it does require some input from the driver. But if they do it themselves, then it's a pretty straightforward process. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.